What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Indescribeabull, aka Jerrilyn Lake. I'm hanging out here with my bestie,
Lynee Monae, and this is She Said It First.
Did it first.
Hey, Urban One podcast on the Urban One Podcast Network.
Bam! There it is. There it is. I am so excited about this show today. I just love connecting with you every week so we can talk about what's popping, what's not, all the foolishness that we've seen on the internet. But, we got to get into first, sis, what irritated you this week? Because every week is something new. So you got to tell me, what irritated you this week?
Girl, why don't people take the help? Let me paint the story for you. Let me paint it for you. I'm taking my niece to get her nails done, right? For her birthday. Okay. It's her birthday. She's turning 18. Happy birthday, niece. Okay.
Happy birthday, niece.
I say, how about, I say, I'm sorry, my ear part. Can't exit that out. I mean, what is that? Edit that out. But I say to her, I'm like, all right, this is going to take a while. I'm going to go ahead and get a pedicure. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to enjoy my time. This lady besides me decides that she wants to have a full-on conversation in the middle of my leisure time. Because I don't come to the nail salon to talk, okay? I'm here to relax. All in all I smell is a whiff of garbage, okay? A whiff of garbage starts to singe my nose hair. And I'm like, is that your breath? Like, I just couldn't believe that was somebody's breath that just had a hint of garbage disposal behind it. So I was like, you want a piece of gum? And she said no. And that really pissed me off. That really took me... I couldn't believe the fact that I sit up here trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? You sitting here wreaking havoc amongst the world. People in here trying to get their nails and toes done. And you sitting up here just spreading halitosis. Okay, and here I am trying to help. And you talking about something. No, and that had pissed me off. And you know what else? I don't like when people breath stink and then they always want to say words that start with H or start to whisper. You know what I'm saying? Hey, little mama, how you? No. You're not whispering and saying H words in your breath. Girl, that pisses you. Take the help. You don't know everything. Maybe I know something you don't know. That's my thing. If I'm trying to help you, get that breath together, you need to just take it. Just take it. What is it's always people who got breath problems who don't never want to take the gum. And I really think that needs to be studied. It needs to be studied.
I feel like in general, if someone offers you gum, don't question it.
Don't question it.
I am a pretty stingy person with my things. If I'm offering you a stick of gum,
by all means,
take the gum, okay?
Take the gum. Take the help. Take the help.
That sounds very irritating. I would be pissed off too, especially in a nail shop, because the chairs ain't that far away. So I can smell enough of your breath to be offering you a slice of gum. Yeah, you're gonna need to accept that. Yeah.
Thank you. What about you, friend? What irritated you?
So this week, I'm gonna be honest. I spend a lot of time on social media. That's how, that's the bread and the butter. So the people in the comments on these large blog sites, right, will argue for weeks. Oh my God. With people they don't know, who don't know them, about things that don't concern them, and literally have no meaning to their lives. I'm watching people in the comment section go back and forth. I'm talking about for hours, and they're talking about who their favorite artists are, and then it's never fact-based, right? So you got people in the comments arguing about their opinions. And I'm like, y'all 50 years old and nobody understands that we can believe different things and we don't have to be calling each other out our names, talking crap. I don't have to agree with you on everything. And I'm also not about to sit here for 45 minutes and explain to you why what you think is not in line with what I think. Girl, I'm blocking all of them. And I've gone so far as to see some foolishness on somebody else's page, and I said, because before you get the idea to come over here with it, block. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to pre-block people.
Same.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Sometimes you got to get up out of here. Shut up talking to me. Shut up talking to me. I'm not gonna even do that. And it's getting out of hand. I understand it's social media, so we're encouraged to be social. However, just get a life, do something.
People cannot figure out how to agree to disagree. It's they're gonna argue with you until you agree with what they have to say. Absolutely not. I stand firm in where I'm at, and you stand firm in where you at. But all of, like you said, the name calling and just talking to people crazy, I do not understand that. I don't understand why it always has to go there. People get so angry. And another thing is, yes, we are in the comments watching, but we're also making content, making money. I'm actually paid to be here. So like I wish that people would take that energy and like use it for something that can actually like benefit you. You know,
because you've been on the shade room for 30 minutes trying to figure out who this person is that they posted, going to get background information, where they work, they house address, and I'm just like, baby, the way you should have been at Quantico, apply for the FBI.
No, for
baby,
real.
you're an investigative detective. Like, go get the money. You're leaving the money on the table. You know what I'm saying? Go get more money. So
don't get the money. Don't get the money.
Yeah, that's one of them things that irritated me this week. So woosah. We're gonna get into the news because the girl done work my pressure up. But so on a lighter note, there's this TikTok video floating around. This guy asked a very interesting question, and I would love to know what your answer is. So there's a man doing interviews on the street, and he asked this older gentleman when he was in his 20s, what is something that he would have done differently if he knew then what he knows now. So take a listen to what this man said.
What's one thing you did when you were in your 20s that you regret? That would change your life today.
I regret being a hoe. When I was in my 20s, I was a hoe.
What do you mean by that?
I was a hoe. I was doing a lot of women that I shouldn't have been doing, and I had a family that I could deal with. So I was just out there doing, anybody. Not like that, but I was just picking and choosing what I wanted and who I wanted. Because I had a little reputation here in Springfield, and that got me a lot of things, and especially a lot of women. And I regret using them and, regret using who I was.
Wow. So you would have not like smashed the women?
I wouldn't have smashed them like I did, no.
What would you would have did?
What would I have done? Stay with my one son's mother and been married and been happy today. That's probably a regret that I've gotten over, but I would still be with her because I still have some great feelings for her in my heart, but I know how to navigate through that. But I wouldn't have been the hoe that I was back then.
So what made you be a hoe?
It was ingrained in me. My uncle was a hoe. My grandfather was a hoe. My brothers was hoes.
Damn.
My cousins was hoes. I'm sorry, it might not sound right. My mama was a hoe. I'm telling the truth. Said 6 kids by 5 different men. Don't that qualify?
So security help. Man down. Man down. Mama done caught all kinds of strays. Man down.
Everybody caught a stray.
Baby.
Everybody caught a stray.
Girl, Ernest said, I'm about to air this bit out. Do you hear me?
Oh my God. I gotta respect the honesty. I gotta respect the honesty.
He stood on business. He said it is what it is. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you. But but maybe perhaps let's go to therapy and unpack that, because this random man on the street should not have pulled all of that out of you. You could have easily said, I would have took a different job. I would have traveled more, spent more time with my kids. This nigga said, I was in these streets.
Child, because he still got that regret behind that his child's mother. He said he still got feelings for her. He can't let that go. He like, I messed that one up. That must have been a good woman. That was a good woman.
They always know. They always know. He said he want that old thing back, and I'm not mad at him.
He really do.
So when you think about how open and vulnerable he was in that moment, because Ernest had a lot to say. But what do you think about your 20s? Like, do you have any regrets? Is there anything that you would have done differently? Like, what would you, if you had all the information then that you have now about your life and yourself, what would you have done differently, if anything?
I think I would have went through with being a sugar baby.
Okay.
I think I would have. I think,
you need the money.
If I knew, if I knew then what I knew now, I was scared. You know what I'm saying? I was just young. I didn't know much. I didn't know how to finesse the system.
Right.
If I knew how to finesse the system at my 20s the way I should have, I would have went through with that. I would have been rich. It would have surpassed me past the others in my age bracket. Okay. I would have had Prada bags, Gucci glasses, Louis bracelets. My house would have been paid for.
Crocodile Kelly bags and all the red bottoms and properties and businesses, all types of ventures.
I could have just finessed and finagled the system. I was trying to be too much of a stand-up citizen. That's what I would have changed.
That's the problem.
I was being too much of a stand-up citizen at the time.
That's the problem. You need to do some crimes, sis. You need to start scamming.
You know?
You gotta start scamming.
You gotta scam.
Because everybody else is doing it.
The scammers out here winning.
They are.
If you're paying attention, the scammers out here, when COVID hit, the scammers took over. Okay? They took over. So,
and things that we had never seen before. People are doing scams on other folks' mortgages, credit cards, credit scores. And I'm just like, Lord, if I would have done it, I just know he would have made a testimony out of me. I would have been, girl, I would have been in prison. I would have been the one person that got caught. And then I'm soft. I would have been in there crying, begging somebody to put some on my books. Get me out of here. Post the bail now.
God.
Post the bail now. I
can't. Dibbled and dabbed. I would have dibbled, but I wouldn't have dabbed. I think I would have dibbled, not dabbed. I want to see what it was about. Like, oh God, I admire those people who are fearless.
Imagine being in your 20s and having like $500,000 off fraud.
But can I spend it? Like, do anybody know?
You just got to pay cash. Everything got to be cash. Because at this point, sis, we're felons. Okay.
Right. Does anybody know about the fraud? If nobody knows, I'm out here living. In my 20s, I'm out here living.
But you got to clean the money though. So you need to get like a laundromat or a Chinese restaurant or like a, like a little car wash or something. Because, I was watching Power and I done got the, teach me the mother game goes. So I know the game now. So if I ever circle back, it's up and it's stuck. Okay.
Yes, you know exactly what
I'm going to be very clear about what is going on. Yes, the funds are there. No, I cannot rectify this finance book. I can't. The books are shaky, bro. Don't even look at that. We got some other paperwork here in the back. We'll get to it next month.
I definitely would have took more risk in my 20s. Now, do I want to go to jail? Absolutely not. That is not what I want to do. But I wish I would have just took more risk. Oh, goodness.
Girl, we still alive and we can still take some risks. So I think we got enough youth on our side to be able to do some things. Maybe not go to jail.
I want to say not me.
Yeah. We can take a few. We can make investment decisions though. Like they can be mature risks.
The most risk I take is trying to bend down on these knees and twerk. That's the most risk. And even that's dangerous.
That right there. That could be the difference between a fun time and a trip to the emergency room. So you really need to be careful. You really need to be careful when you're in these streets like that because these ain't the same knees that I was born with. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
These knees just don't pop off and drop it like they used to.
Yeah,
I used to get down.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I probably would have been a little riskier too with it because I think that we just didn't know enough. There are a lot of financial loopholes that people have access to, and we just didn't know about because a lot of things are legal until we find out about them. So, I think I have to agree with you. I think I probably would have been up in the car cracking business myself. I don't know.
Not in the business, not a prostitute, friend.
Not the card cracking business.
Are two different things.
I would have been, baby, the way.
I don't want to be a prostitute.
Listen, Gabrielle Union and Bad Boys 2. What you need me to do with this money? What do you need, Frank, for me to do with this money? So,
oh my God.
But yeah, so speaking of being in our 20s and, making different decisions, we all have been there, maybe wild out a little bit, stood on the seat at brunch or whatever, twerked with your homegirls. So, there's a restaurant in Missouri that has decided to set an age limit. So, women have to be 30, men got to be 35. If you appear younger than the age, they're going to card you, right? And they're going to give you the ID to a police officer after 7. So the owner basically was saying that he only wanted professionals there and he wanted them to be able to enjoy happy hour and not have to necessarily deal with the way the younger crowd acts. And so people were, it was mixed reviews, on social media. People were saying they don't know if it's a good idea. Is it some place that you would patronize? And I personally feel like do everywhere else. Start in Atlanta and just go around the country and create these grown folks spaces because being 20, 25 is all fun and games. I'm not interested in going to brunch and having to scream at you or, asking, can we turn the music down just a little bit, or somebody shaking ass right here next to my omelet. maybe getting shot after last call. You know, it be a lot going on. Because these young kids, man, they like these Gen Zers, they're not standing for it. Okay. So I personally feel like do everywhere. Start making a thing.
Friend, I don't know.
Make it a thing.
I feel like he was being a little sneaky because he know, like, he don't have to pay for it being open all night. You know, because we're going to leave around 6:30. We're tired. After a few drinks, we're ready to go home. They're closing at 6:30, I guarantee. Because we get tired. We're not staying out all night. You know, they're going to shut the party down. I will say that sometimes I like to party with younger people because I like to people watch. You know, I like to be entertained. Watching people my age sometimes is like watching paint dry. I get so bored in there.
Girl, that's my cup of tea.
Like, I don't know if I like partying with them, but all the time I might peek in, but I don't think I wanna go there all the time. I don't think it's my vibes, you know.
Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on the person. Cause like you said, half of us gonna be knocked out before we get there. I already had to take a nap to show up. So let's be honest. I had to recharge.
Exactly.
And I think one of the coolest things about it though is, you know, like there are some of us who just trying to go chill and lay back. And he maybe didn't have to go that hard with the age restriction, but there are ways that you can discourage the youth from coming to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, white people been doing it to niggas for years. Okay. It's called discrimination. And I ain't got to tell you that you need to be 35 and up in here. But what I can do is put a cigar bar in that joint. What I can do is
make the music different.
Bingo Mondays. It's a all R&B vibe, but just 80s and 90s. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm there for the R&B vibe.
Yeah, like we can subliminally tell you.
Yeah. And then sometimes when I go to places, it's like, I like people to guess my age. Like, oh, guess how old I am, you know? Like, I want to be like, oh, you might be like 27, 28, you know? But in this establishment, they like, oh, you can't be no younger than like 35. I don't like that. Like, you already know I'm in my 30s. Like, I like for it to be a surprise, you know? I like this.
I'm here fighting for my life, girl, with this bug. But look. No, because okay, so I feel like we look youthful. To me, first of all, everywhere I go, people are confused about my age. And I don't think it would bother me in a place where people have to be 35 and up, because at the end of the day, the skin is going to skin, the body is going to body. So, you know, I just be like, I had one lady, now, you know, people be stretching. I had one lady, she was like, oh my goodness, I thought you couldn't be more than high school age. I said, Cecilia. Cecilia. Me and you got the same handbag, sis.
Come on.
We both trying to be in the house by 8:30. I just popped a Zyrtec and 2 Excedrin. I'm going to bed soon.
Stop.
I'm going to bed soon. Yeah, I'm going to bed soon. But you know, it's ways to do it. You know, like you said, the music, maybe the scenery, the dress code. People love a good dress code, honey. And I'm the type of person, like, I do like to casually go places. But honey, it ain't nothing like putting on a freakum dress and some heels,
and some hip,
beating that face,
and your hair, your makeup, and just be and your vibe.
Yeah, while the man who's not your man is at home throwing up blood because he wishes he was there.
Right. Because he's 27 and can't go.
I need to hurt his feelings on my way out. I need to hurt that nigga feelings. You hear me? Yeah, you gonna miss this. By the time you coming home, you don't know. The girls are still partying. Don't know. Don't wait up. Don't know.
Not at that place, because that place closing early. But it won't be there.
But you know, in general though,
I'm up and down about this place. Like, I go, but I don't know if I want to go all the time. I'm cool with the idea. I like the idea. I think it's dope. It's just like, sometimes I don't know. I like a little razzle in my dazzle. I don't know. I like to be entertained.
I like to see it.
To be entertained.
I like to see it until it end up on the Shade Room. Because I just saw a video of Sexy Red in the airport in a brawl. So I'm just like, the potential for those types of things to happen in places where, and then, okay, so hear me out. Sometimes the younger people, they dabble in drugs that are not approved by the FDA, we should say. And so at any given moment, I don't know what you're on when you come in here. I don't know if you came in here to fight that girl. I don't know if y'all trying to jump somebody. I don't know if your man thought you was somewhere else, and now we are all getting snatched up, you know. So I just think it's
not that young. I think my thing was the ages like 30 and 35. I was thinking more like 25 or like 27. Like, I don't know. I feel like when you're 25, 27, you still can come. And then what if your man is like 35 and you 27 or 28 or something? You still can't go?
Then y'all need to go to IHOP where everyone's welcome.
I'm crying. Stop.
There's a pancake for everyone. There's something on this menu for you.
Yeah,
you want a kid's meal or you want a steak? What do you want? Like, there's so many options there. I don't know. I think it's a cool idea, cool concept. Yeah, I ain't finna be there every week though. I see people do that anyway. They'll do that in certain clubs, and like I've had friends in the past, and they're like every Thursday, every Friday, they're going to the same spot. No, and I'm like, baby, the bartender should not be following you on Instagram and know you by name.
Girl, I never understood people who can party so much, like, and never get tired. That's the part. I'm like, how are y'all going out every single week, every single day, and like, I get so bored in environments like that too. Like, it's not fun all the time.
But also, are you a drug dealer? Because in this economy, going out costs at least $250 for just me. Yeah. Just me. Yeah. So imagine if me and 4 girls is doing this every week. Oh, we're blowing a bag. We're selling cocaine. We're selling cocaine. Crazy. Yeah.
See, but had I took advantage of my 20s, girl, we'd be up. Sugar baby's up. Like, we would have been up. I would have had millions of dollars.
We need to build a time machine. I wish I had a time machine. Yeah. We need to go ahead and invest in that. Because who was building a time machine? Because if I could go back, honey, and do that, I ain't gonna lie. I truly feel like regrets in my life are truly centered around money making opportunities. Anything else, anything else turned me into a better person. It grew me in ways I didn't know I needed to be grown, and it taught me a lesson. You know, so unless I'm going back to get some more bread, I'm cool. I ain't looking back there, but.
That's so crazy because I just posted something about that, like about people saying you only live once, and I was like, thank God,
right? Because
thank the Lord, because
to run this
right now I want to do this again, and it's I just couldn't imagine having to run things back. But then on top of that, it's like, what if you do something different and you don't end up here again? Because I love where I'm at in life. So you make that one change or you do something different the next time. You know, what if we did have 9 lives like cats, right? And you do something different and you're not here, because I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here or beyond here. So any decision I make in my past that would set me back, I would be so upset. Like, I wouldn't want to do it all over again if I had to.
Exactly. I agree with you. So shout out to us for the growth and the transitions and the elevation, because, you know, things are happening for everybody, and I'm just happy to be in the number. So, speaking of, now that I think about it, this would be a perfect segue to talk about old Ray J on Club Shay Shay. Past decisions. What a topic today. Recently, Ray J was on the Shannon Sharp podcast, right? Club Shay Shay, and he was reflecting on the infamous sex tape with Kim Kardashian. And so, just take a look and listen to what Ray J had to say, because it's Ray J. You gotta love him, right?
I'm sorry.
And your best guess, how different is that family, or is that family life?
You know, I think more of the question is, how different would we all be? How different would this whole fucking thing be? How different would the industry be? How different would the wheel roll? Everything would be different. We would all be different. All of us. Everybody in here would be different. We'll have on different clothes.
What you mean?
Everything would be different, meaning like you would never ask me that question. Meaning if we sat here right now, and we got to this point, I don't know, probably more people would be going to college and, you know what I'm saying, getting an education to be successful. There might not be any OnlyFans and other things like that, other opportunities like that. So, I mean, are we a part of the cure? Are we a part of the disease? I don't fucking know. All I know is I'm just trying to make it right.
Okay, I'm gonna side with Ray J a little bit on this. Now, I do think he was reaching a little bit, but I do feel like there are certain things that happen historically where we could pinpoint a shift in the culture, because unless I'm confused and am not sure. Now, aside from actual porn that people have been watching for years,
That part.
But that was something that you did in private. That was, people used to be ashamed and they used to sneak around and do stuff like that. Baby, these folks dropping sex tapes left and right. Okay. And they don't even care about being compensated for it. So I do think, it kind of did launch this era of people who not necessarily not wanting to go to college and not wanting to work, but this is a whole avenue. Like, we got platforms now where you can put your sex tape on there and make money independently. From a business standpoint, great idea. Now morally, I don't know. You might go to hell. I don't know. I can't judge you. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But from a business standpoint, somebody said, you know what? All these sex tapes are dropping. Let's capitalize on this. Because somebody else is doing it. People do it all the time. Folks, unfortunately, people talk about their sex, capades with their partners. So everybody got a little sneaky leaky, video in their phone. And if we can make $100,000 a month, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not judging nobody else that do it.
I agree. I don't really like when people give people like a God complex. I think that's the only thing that really like it rubs me the wrong way when it's like we wouldn't be wearing the clothes that we wear.
No, that's too much.
Wouldn't be like that.
That was a stretch.
We have on like it's just so extra. Like I wouldn't give them a God complex. I definitely kudos to Kris Jenner because she took a horrible situation and expanded on it and then kept reinventing the wheel where we're talking about them still in 2024 when this happened, God knows how long ago. You know what I mean? The fact that they're still able to remain relevant and people still look at them and still look up to them and almost kind of forgot about the sex tape. They was able to kind of like, people forget about it until they talk to Ray J. Because like, what else are we going to talk about with Ray J? That is the thing to bring up.
Don't do that because he had that song, One Wish.
What? Friend, sing it. Sing it.
You burn. And when I'm like, you don't act like you don't know.
You don't know. Stop.
Baby, Ray J said, you're going to get these vocals, shaky or not. Pull up. I'm in the studio.
Ray J is somebody who is funny as I don't know what to me. Like,
absolutely.
He's just funny to me. Like, I don't know. He's just funny to me. Like, I cannot never take him seriously.
Are we laughing with him or are we laughing at him? Because I think
totally
okay, I'm gonna say, yeah, because baby, when he was doing that interview and he kept he was talking about them glasses. I can't remember who he was with. He was like, these glasses are indestructible, and that man balled them up like newspaper. I said, Ray J, get out of these people's face.
So
get out of these people's face like this. Playing, he played too much.
The way he said, so
girl, if Brandy little brother don't go on, I'm gonna start back calling him Brandy little brother.
He just got like a certain level of corn on him that he can't get rid of. It's like he just can't shake it. You can't shake the corn on you. So he a little corny, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he got like I feel like Bow Wow kind of corny.
He is, and I don't hate people like that. My thing is live in your corny. I feel like I'm corny when I look at some of my content and I'm like, now why would I do that? Why would I, why would I put this wig on? Why would I dress like that? Why would I write that? And so I think sometimes that I can be a little corny, but honestly, I feel like everybody is to a certain extent because we have insecurities. We're not always good at everything. We question ourselves a lot. And so I think that a lot of people might be corny, but we just do a really good job of hiding it. And it's
funny. Like
it's funny.
If you could just find the humor in it, it's actually funny. Like it's not that deep. That's what I'm saying. It's just a little corny, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Like I don't
know. No, because when Bow Wow was pretending like them folks, he was like, they don't know I'm here. Bow Wow, they don't care, sweetie.
Nobody is watching.
The children did not care. And then, girl, in the phone, they don't know. Close your mouth. Close your mouth. We didn't even care. Like I said, it was funny to me. I got a good chuckle out of it. And I
laughing.
Gonna forever play his songs because I ain't never had nobody show me all the things that you done show me, and that's but gonna forever play them songs. Forever gonna play them songs. So you can be corny and still have a number one hit and be Mr. 106 in Park.
Yes,
all that.
Ray J is hilarious.
So yeah, I feel him on that. Live in your corn.
Yeah, but as far as the sex tape, like I understand and I agree with him, but I don't like people giving people a God complex about certain stuff. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of dangerous. Like, that's giving people a lot of power. That's a lot of power to give to a family, So I don't know, but I definitely agree that they changed. the trajectory of the way people think. Like people would be going to college. I don't know. I think he just dragged it. Like it's like more people would be going to college. Like,
but that's who Shay is, though.
All of
He's that
he
person. To
said.
me, him and Soulja Boy are like the same person. I did it first.
Yes.
Like, remember when he did that song, like I hit it first or something like that? Soulja Boy is like, I'm the first rapper to do this, and this. Yeah. And I like they're all the same brand of corny to me. And at the end of the day, I be like, bro, if you don't feel like this about yourself, nobody else is. So while it is corny,
come on,
I respect that. Even though we laughing and we see these memes, and because we gonna get these jokes off. Hello, they still be in our face every week, acting like they are, just it. And I'm like, okay,
show up. Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm missing in my life. I'm finna start flexing on niggas because Kendrick Lamar says sometimes you got to pop out and show up. And perhaps maybe we should be showing.
Oh, no, seriously.
So, Ray J sure is. But at any rate, switching gears a little bit, we had a situation with rapper Bun B. We know him from the legendary hip-hop group UGK. He was in court testifying against a man who broke into his home while his wife was there in 2019, held her at gunpoint. Now, he ended up shooting the guy, right? He pled guilty, got 40 years. And people are saying that Bun B is a snitch. When we gonna stop saying that? Because you come in my house and hold mine at gunpoint, I'm telling on you. And listen, if you do crimes, I'm not the friend for you. You don't need to have me in your circle because you're going to jail.
Agreed.
They don't even need to feed me. I'm telling them everything, the drugs, the guns, the bodies, where your mama stay, any and everything. I'm telling them, folding like hot laundry.
You better hide your wife and hide your kids, because if they was there, Your Honor, it was those people
right there. Right there behind the witness stand. Right there. It's them.
1,000%. I'm going to tell. He's supposed to be a protector. That's his wife. His job is to protect her. When the street laws start to play, when people come in and start vandalizing your house and assaulting your wife, when did we start using street laws for that? That doesn't make sense. When I think of a snitch, I think of somebody who may have robbed a liquor store together and they got caught and they tell on you because you was there, or your parents coming in your room asking where your sibling at and they stole the car and because you don't want to get in trouble. Yeah. You tell, you know what I'm saying? But this is not that. This is not that. I don't think people know exactly what snitching is.
This was protection, and it turned into a legal situation because number one, he put one in him. That's number one. Number two, he took the stand to make sure he got what the law determined that he deserved. So for me, this is a classic case of this nigga don't play by me. That's what it looked like to me. If it was me, I would want to, matter of fact, light him up. Light him up. Call the police later. Light him up. Let's put him behind bars. I respect what this man did. And I feel like, of course, stick up for your person, man. He was doing what he should have done. So the whole snitching thing, that it's weird to me because snitching ain't a problem until you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is cool. Everybody cool not snitching until your fat is in the fire. Now all of a sudden, we should be more understanding. They've had this little mindset for years. Bro, we are grown. I am almost 56. You do a crime if you want to, you're going to jail. Okay? You're going to jail.
Yeah, I'm telling. I don't care. I don't care nothing about that. I don't live by no street laws. I'm telling you right now, because the minute that you're faced with 40 years, you really gonna take it? You really gonna take it? You didn't do anything wrong. Somebody came in and took offense to your house, your family, put your whole life in jeopardy, and you mean you gonna sit there and be quiet? It's so easy to tell other people what to do, like you said, until it's you in that situation. Now, you should take the stand. I think everybody should say something. You gotta stand up for yourself. I don't care nothing about no snitching. Y'all can miss me with that, because I'm gonna tell you, every chance I get on that stand, Your Honor, I'm gonna look you right in your eyeballs and point and say, it was that person right there. I do not care.
Absolutely. And then you have to think too, he didn't even know this man. This is a stranger. Like you said, it's different if y'all robbed a liquor store together and one of y'all just don't want to go down by yourself. This was an intruder. This was a stranger. Legally, he had every right to defend himself. If you do the crime, you're gonna have to do the time. Now let's discuss the
Come on.
let's discuss the sentence. Because I'm not gonna lie, 40 years, was it worth it, Stink? Because
was it?
That's the rest of your life.
Was it? Did you get anything outside of a hole inside of you? Did you get anything?
That's the rest of your life. Like, even if you get out, like, so, just say you do the whole 40.
It's over.
Say you do the whole 40.
Yeah,
what you doing, boo?
Question, why do you know why they gave him 40? Like, do you know the reason behind the 40? Like, what was that?
Well, he's pled guilty to aggravated burglary. So I'm assuming because it was robbery with a firearm. I mean, like, that's a heinous crime. These are the ones they talk about on Law and Order.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, lock him up. You know what I mean? Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I think because I don't understand everything about the legal system, I and other people might think 40 years is excessive. But if this was your mom or your sister or your husband or friend, would 40 years be enough for you?
Right. Yeah. And I seen him testifying, and he was like, my wife is now traumatized. Like, it's certain stuff she can't even do now. She can't even go downstairs by herself. Like, she turned the corner and started screaming. Like, she is terrified. That woman has to, like, try to heal and go to therapy and get better off of this traumatic experience that changed not only, like, just her life, but the dynamics of their marriage. Like, things are different now. All because you wanted to come in there and rob them, but you didn't get nothing. And then to leave with nothing. Like, you left with nothing.
You left with a family. So there's that part. And then you also, too, you've come into these people's safe space. This is where I feel the most vulnerable. You came into my home and you put a gun to my wife's head. Like, yes, sir, you have to answer for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've completely shifted the way this woman feels in a place where she should be just fine. So, you know, like, it's a little different now for her. And like, that's gonna, like you said, that's gonna be years of therapy and just processing. Like, he deserves everything he gets, and it's why you shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
I wonder why people. No, absolutely, and I wonder why people always feel the need to, like, take up for the opposing side. What is that? Like, when I hear traumatic stories, people are always like, well, like with the snitching thing, that too, but also, like, excuse me, something happens with a woman. Let's say she gets assaulted in a way. You know what I mean? And they'll be like, well, what did she do? What did she have on? What was she saying? Why do people do that? Like, why do people try to victim blame? I think that is so weird to try to take the opposing side to the person that is obviously wrong. Like, this person is obviously wrong, and people automatically like, well, he's snitching. He shouldn't be telling. This person came into his house. She got assaulted, sexually assaulted. Well, what did she have on? Like, was she in his face when she talked to him?
I also think it's strange, but I think that there have been enough instances historically where people have manipulated facts and lied about things. And so that's why I understand skepticism in the beginning, but I also don't feel like it should go as far, because it's a certain way to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you have questions surrounding the events of somebody's sexual assault, there's a way to do it. Because if I get raped and you come to me and be like, well, what you say to him?
And what you have on that day? Like,
first of all, you're implying
that
I in some way deserved to be raped. And there is never an instance where rape is okay. It is literally refusing to allow someone to give you consent. You're taking, you're stealing. This is a crime, my guy. There's never justification for that. So I don't care if I had my coochie out and I was walking down the street at 3 a.m. It does not mean that you have the right to my body. And that's what people are struggling with. They want to make people be, it's this whole, well, she asked for it. And that ain't nothing but rape culture and misogyny. That's all that is. It's just men wanting to have their way and be excused for being terrible people.
But you know something, friend? You want to know something that's weird? Is that it's women that's saying it. That's the part that always gets me, is women lead the pack with that. And I'm like, I don't understand it. I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I think if you have any, like, skepticism or you feel some type of way, why do you have to vocalize it? Like, why not just wait until we can gather more facts or do a little more research? I don't understand the like needing to say that out loud. Like some of your thoughts just need to be private. We all have them, but I don't think they all need to be vocalized. It's okay to be skeptical and think that maybe, you know, something more to the story. There's always more to the story. But I just think it's weird to get on the platform, and especially women, because I am coming after them because I see them say that a lot when things go down. I'm just like, why are y'all doing this to another woman? Like another female, another woman. Like, just keep it to yourself until we're sure. That's my thing. I have my reservations about things, but I don't vocalize them in that way because I also want to protect this person if they are telling the truth. Now you look crazy when it come out that she was 100% right. Like, Cassie.
And this is the reason why a lot of women don't come forward with things like this, because they know that the odds are heavily stacked against them. Why did you stay? Why didn't you leave? What did you do? But you kept taking his money, but you kept sleeping with him. And I'm like, you have okay, aside from the physical ramifications of things that have exchanged between Diddy and Cassie, you got to think psychologically what was going on. You never know why a woman is dealing with anything. Like, you just never know. Yep. And so for people to, like you said, commenting on it, especially on public forums, 10 times out of 10, it ain't your business anyway. That's number one. It's not your business. And I think people who have not been in those types of situations just cannot speak on it. And there are some times when you can see a situation and be like, oh, I can form an opinion about that. Rape, sexual assault, violent crimes against women. Like, that just be quiet, bro. You know, just keep your mouth closed, because you have no idea what's going on. And the psychological warfare that people have to deal with when they have to, you know, go through stuff like that.
Go through something like that. And on top of that, when we don't got deep dive into this really, but also people be like, oh, well, you put it on a public platform. Them documents is public. Like, you can get that information. She did not put that information out there. That recording of Diddy doing that, I'm sure he never wanted that to come to light. Somebody leaked that. So some of these things, they don't want to come to light. They don't put on public platforms. It's just no privacy when it comes to social media in your life when you have a platform. So people will dig and snoop and just put your information out there. But people would like to say, oh, well, you shouldn't have put it online if you didn't want anybody to say anything. That's not always the
Absolutely
case.
Agree. But, you know, it's social media, and everybody's a private investigator. And like the whole doxing thing, you know, people will put your house address and your phone number and stuff on the internet. And it's just crazy at this point, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you don't like a celebrity, I ain't gonna say no celebrity, because I don't need nobody coming for me. I will not name not one celebrity, but we know. So I know you can think of a celebrity. If you say anything bad about that person, comments is in a shamble. And they defend them to the death. I'm like, these people don't even know you exist, and you up in here calling me potato head because I disagreed about her last album or his, you know, last single or whatever. And girl, they be having hard up arguments. And again, it's all opinions. It's all opinions. So I think that to round it out, snitching, you know, like, the term has negative connotations, but when does integrity play into your thought process? Because at some point in your life, you have to be grown enough to just do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And my dad used to say that to me when I was a kid. And I was like, this sounds so redundant and it don't make no sense. But as I've gotten older, like, just because you can do something don't mean that you should. Like, do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Yeah, no, I agree. And snitching just doesn't even fit into this. That's why I'm like, how did this even come up? Because this is not, the story that you gave me literally has nothing to do with snitching. This is him defending his family and protecting them as a husband would do. Right. That's all I heard. I didn't hear anything.
Girl, we on the same page. Because I think it was just as a hip hop artist, and you know that whole culture is, you know, you don't tell and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, baby, you could have did something the wrong way to my dog, and I'm snitching on you.
Right.
The way it don't take nothing for me to snitch, you can give me one bag of Ruffles potato chips.
Girl,
you're going to jail.
It don't take nothing. It don't take nothing. Like, I don't care. I'm too old for this. I'm not doing this.
So, now that we've gotten that out of our system, you know what time it is, girl. It is time for sister to sister now. I don't know what he got up his sleeve, but I'm gonna I'm gonna say a prayer, grab my lucky rabbit's foot, throw some salt over my left shoulder, spin around 3 times, put some garlic in my sock, and hope that he don't set us up, girl. So sister to sister, this is where you guys are able to call us up, leave us a voicemail, ask us for advice or give us your opinions about things, and we can respond to it live on the air. So this week we got on SpeakPipe.
On SpeakPipe, right? On
.com/. She said it first. Yep. So we're gonna get into the message for this week. I'm excited. Let's hear it.
Hey, so my problem is super duper complex. I've been friends with somebody for 10 years, and amidst the 10 years, we've decided that we're going to pursue what we got going on. He was a hoe when I met him. I ain't gonna lie. And I knew that. And now that we've been spending time together, you know, we doing the nasty, and, you know, like, I don't know if I can deal with him dealing with other people, but I accepted it when I accepted him. You know what I'm saying? And I know, you know, people only gonna do what you allow, but my thing is really more or less like, how do I, like, should it just be a conversation? Like, how can you change somebody without changing somebody? Like, I know that they're supposed to do it themselves. And so now I just feel like maybe I'm a little too invested, but he wants what I want. So it's weird, but it's not, but it is, because he's very honest with me. Help.
My ass. Girl, if you don't leave that man alone, your pH will forever be unbalanced. No, ma'am.
Yeah, friend. No, for real, friend. You really you did your big one with this one, Sweet Pea. Like you can't take that man serious. But you know, you saying that you knew who he was when you met him. Of course, he's going to be honest with you. I think that's the part where women mess up. It's like, oh, he being honest with me. Oh, he being so what? If that ain't what you want, then you need to dip.
And then she talking about something. Well, you know, he wants what I want. Clearly, he does not. You just said you are in. There's a direct conflict here. You want this man to yourself. This man he is addicted to the streets, sis. Like, it's not given what you think is given. So why would you try to force something because y'all have been friends for 10 years? And this is like we do this all the time. And I really hate this about us because my homegirl told me the other day about somebody. I was listing all of these characteristics that I liked about this guy. And I said, but you know, he's really not my type though. And then I kept going on and on and on. And she was like, friend, if he's not your type, don't make him your type. And that just hit me in my throat a little bit because, girl, we do that. Like, you'll see, I don't really like that he does this. He's flirtatious. He's sleeping around. Like, I don't really like this, but I want to be with him so badly that I will abandon my intuition and evidence that's right in front of my face to be with this person. Like, if he's not what you want, he's not what you want. I don't understand.
Girl, it's the sex. That's all it is the sex. You know he an expert because he out in these streets. So he is bending her up like an Auntie Anne's pretzel. And she don't know what to do with it. Like, she's just like, oh my God. Like, wow, this is amazing. I got my friend. We have an amazing sex. Girl, that man is a hoe. What that man said? He was a hoe. And you got to know a hoe. A hoe ain't going to settle down for you or nobody else. And because you are his friend, because you know who he is, he feels more justified to do it. Because he like, oh, this my ride or die. She know me. Like, I'm good here. You allowed yourself to accept something that you really didn't want. And I wish that you had not done that for yourself. Like, I wish you hadn't allowed your feelings to get involved. Because I don't mind you having sex with him, but when you start attaching feelings to it and you start looking towards the future, that's where you messed up. That's where you set yourself up, girl. That man's gonna play you, and I'm sorry to say it, even though that's your friend, you gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt.
Girl, he already is playing. He's played in your face for the last 10 years. Let's be very clear. You just said he is bending her up like a pretzel, and everybody else. You're not even a special pretzel. You just like everybody else. So I don't know why you would knowingly go into a situation like this. I've seen things before where men will lie and be sneaky and try to manipulate the situation. But this right here is, sis, you going into this eyes wide open. Whatever heartbreak you experience with this man, it will be
Yeah.
1000% your fault. So don't call back up here next week.
Oh my God, friend, you was tearing her
Don't
up.
call back up
Why
here
did you
next
tear
week
her to shreds?
talking about, girl, I done caught him on a camera. Yeah, because he told you that's what he was gonna do. So nah, we gotta be accountable, man. Like we all done took some L's.
Yeah.
We have to be accountable for what we allow into our lives. If you gonna lay down with a dog, expect to get fleas. This man has shown you consistently who he is. Why is you playing with him?
Yeah, I think you just gotta think, you gotta make better decisions.
Yes.
And sometimes you gotta take the friend part out of the equation when you start dating somebody seriously. Because if this was anybody else, would you allow this behavior? You need to operate as though this is somebody that you're dating, that y'all don't have 10 years of friendship. Because at the end of the day, that don't even matter when we start talking about the future. If you was dealing with another dude and he was cheating on you and running wild and you wouldn't accept it, don't accept it from this dude. Like, he don't get no leeway just because y'all been friends for 10 years. So what? If you're going to treat me like I'm anything, I'm going to treat you like you're anything. Like you're a stranger. Like you're someone I'm just meeting for the first time and dating. I'm not going to play this game with you. See, now you're playing with me. So I think you want to have a conversation. You can have as many as you want. I don't think it's going to change anything. If that would make you feel better, like you did everything you could, sure, have the conversation around it. However, I think you need to start planning your exit and figuring out how you can attract people that you deserve, that you want, that have the same goals as you as far as like being in a serious, committed, monogamous relationship. Like, because you got something on you. Sometimes we don't realize we got something on us. So we're going to keep attracting the same person. If it's not him, it'll be somebody else. You want to make sure you get that off you and figure out why you attracting these type of men.
Insane.
Because that's not really
my
what
friend
you
would
want.
not treat me like this. I don't even like you using the word friend. Like, sis, wrap it up, pack it up, throw it out. Don't do it. No, reconsider. It's just not a good idea. It's not a good look. So I hate that you're going through that, sis. But yeah, this is your fault. You got to make better decisions. In love. I'm telling you this in love. We've all been there.
Yeah.
But this ain't what you want.
I hate that we do this too. We do this. We make so many I'm thinking about all the excuses that I make. And now that I'm saying this from a place of just like, I've been there, done that. You know what I mean? Like, just making excuses for people all the time, knowing that like they are just not for me. You're just not for me. But for some reason, I just want this so bad. Why you ask yourself, why do you want that so bad? Knowing exactly what it is, not the excuses that you have. Knowing exactly what it is, why do you want that so bad? What is it about that you want? And then figure out why. Why do you want that? Knowing what you know.
Well, Lynee, I have enjoyed so much speaking with you. As usual, I hate to have to end it today, but make sure you guys check us out on Urban One Podcast. Hit us up on speakpipe.com/SheSaidItFirst to leave us your comments, get advice from us, whatever you want. And we gonna keep dropping episodes every Thursday. I am your girl, Indescribeabull. It's been real.
And I love doing this show. It's been absolutely amazing. Make sure y'all tune in next Thursday on She Said It First. Okay, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know every time we upload, baby. Peace.